Hey guys, it's Pastor Bruce. We're in 1 Corinthians chapter 8 today, which deals with how we treat our fellow believers. The more mature Christians in Corinth knew that the pagan idols were false. The pagan gods were not real. And so going down to the marketplace and buying meat that had been sacrificed to these idols and taking it home and preparing and eating it was totally okay. Paul would agree with them. Where Paul had a challenge was in how these supposedly more mature Christians were treating those who hadn't come as far as they had. They were becoming puffed up. They were looking down their noses at them, and I can imagine they're almost saying things like, "Why are you so silly about this? Just get over it. It's okay." Paul says that our love for those who aren't as far along as we are must temper how we deal with every issue in the Christian life. Some aren't as far along as we are, and they may not fully realize the truth of God's Word and their freedom from sin and the old associations in their lives. Paul says this in verse 9, "But beware lest somehow this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to those who are weak." I'm sitting up behind the drums in our worship center today because I'm reminded of a couple of different young believers I knew. And they had a challenge with music in the church that was too raucous, that sounded too rock, because they had come out of the club scene and the drinking and the immorality that went along with that. And when they would hear the thumping bass and the banging drums, they were sometimes transported back to that club music, and they drew that parallel, and it really wasn't very comfortable for them. Now, we could have said to them, "Just get over it, man. It's Christian music. We're not trying to get you up here dancing under the mirror ball." Or we could choose to maybe gear it back a little bit and allow them to have time to become acquainted with the lyrics that went behind the music. We needed to treat them with love and edify them instead of just saying, "Hey, we can play it this way. It's cool. We're worshiping God. Get over it." When you're in doubt, it's always better to err on the side of caution, to love your brother or sister, to edify them, and to allow them the time to understand God's grace and love. God bless you as you go.